Um, I've been off for a few days, so if I'm just coming on, so it's going to be a minute. But hey, it's life. It is life. For those of you who have sent me condolences on the loss of my sister, I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will be leaving, going back home here real soon for the burial. Man, it's tough. I mean, I lost my mom in October, and now my sister's just passed. Just about a week now, and so gonna go home and lay her to rest. And you know what? I'm gonna say this: whatever you're doing in life, always take a moment or two out to call someone that you care about, to call someone that's close to you, just to say, "Hey, how you doing? I love you." Whatever that case may be, because you don't know what tomorrow holds. You really don't know. So my word of advice to you is, if you think about calling somebody, call them then while it's on your mind. Don't wait. It may be a little too late to wait. So with that being said, we're going to get right into the show tonight. The show is called On the Square. Okay, Freemasonry on the Square. And we're going to talk about a few different things. And one thing in particular we're going to talk about is the mere fact that Masonry as we know it is now changing. What's going to happen? I'm just giving you a heads up before it even happens. You're hearing it here first. Masonry as we know is going to change. And you're probably saying, how do you figure that? There's going to be a merger of what I call virtual and reality. Virtual and reality. So I'm letting you know now, Masonry is going to change. You may say, well, it can't happen that way. Yes, it can happen that way. And I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to go down. See, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have brothers who are already Masons, but they can't make it to their meetings, for whatever the cause may be. So they're going to be tuning in to live, large meetings. And those meetings are going to be virtual meetings. Hear me clearly. It's going to change. So if you're not on game, see, maybe I'm spilling the beans real too quick here, because I know for a fact that there is let me see. I know for a fact that there are Masonic brothers, African American brothers, who's already ahead of this curve, already ahead of it, already got Grand Lodge officers, already on board. They're just waiting. It's a wrap. Masonry as we know it is going to change. There were the big beautiful buildings you see and all of that. They're going to be needed, but not as much. That real estate that a lot of Grand Lodges have, I mean, oh man, hey, I'm just saying, check it out. Because see, we have forgotten that Masonry, pure Masons, met on a high hill or low valley under a star recovery deck. Why did they meet like that? Well, you should know the answer. So it's going to go back to some of that. It really is. Now, some of you may say, well, no, Brother Hawkins, you've lost your mind. That's not true. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's going down right now. It's going down right now. As we speak, it is happening. I just want to give you heads up that it's going that way. And before I go any further into the show tonight, I'm going to say this. To those of us who are out there participating in the protest, I want to say thank you. Listen clearly. For those of us, sisters and brothers, and those non-sisters and brothers, but if you're out protesting, I want to say thank you right now, because you're engaged in something that is very dear and true, something that really needs to happen. You are engaged. You are a person that is needed on the front line. Thank you. And for those of you who are not engaged as protesters, but are engaged in serving or being a servant, I want to tell you thank you too. You know why? Because even though you may have those who are on the front line protesting, you have those who are serving those frontline people. And I want to say thank you to you. And for those of you who are not even on the front line and you're not even serving, but for those of you who are supporting the efforts for change, I want to say thank you to you. Because everybody needs support. If you have no support, change is not going to happen. You can protest all you want to. You can say this, you can say that. If you have no support, it's not going to happen. So you need that. You found it? Yes, that works.
Better than the other
Nah, both of them. Yeah, I mean it depends.
one. About the same.
Yeah, really. Huh? Either one. You want me to pick? Is that where that one? Anyway, that was the wife. She's like, what should I wear? I'm like, what that one? But anyway, so this is where we're at tonight. It's going to change. I appreciate Grandmaster Hawkins as I think about things that are going on. We have to be the example that we want to see. Life is so precious. Unity is so precious. Albert, yourself is a precious vessel. Absolutely. So as we move forward, just understand these things that are happening around us and become part of the movement. Find your lane, get in it, and become part of this movement. This has to happen. If it don't happen now, oh my God, it has to happen. So some of you may be saying, well, what has to happen? A change, a fundamental change has to happen. We as black men and women cannot be afraid to go outside our homes and be terrified. Am I going to make it through the day? We can no longer live that way. Okay? We can no longer live that way. But tonight the show is about being on the square. And in the process of being on the square, what does a square do? Let's take a look at this square and what does it do? It's this 45-degree angle. What does it do? It sets things right. It square things. It puts things in its perspective. So in being on the square, we have to put things in perspective. We have to take those working tools that we use mentally, whereas a operative Mason uses them physically. We use those tools mentally to progress in a spiritual life. So when I talk about the virtual Grand Lodge or a virtual lodge, it's a progression. Masonry in itself is a progressive science. If you think Masonry is going to ever be this way, you are sadly mistaken. And that's a fact. So you're saying, well, who's going to title? How's it going to be titled? Simple. Just like you do your live Zoom and nobody can come in unless they have to wait and then they come in. Same thing. Same thing. Yes, the brothers will have to be initiated past. Yes, they will have to go through all of that. But the ideal of a virtual lodge where thousands of brothers can come together at one time and see the workings of the Masonic Lodge from a far off distance is going to be beautiful. It is. Masonry cannot stay the same way it is now. If you're talking about the true essence of Freemasonry, because now Masonry has borders. Yes, Masonry has borders. See, the borders that Masonry has is set up by your Grand Lodge. Simple. Anytime you say that Grand Lodge over there is not recognized, that's a border. That's a wall that you put up. It's a border. It's like, no, we can't mess with them because they're irregular. Well, what makes them irregular? Those are borders. The essence of Freemasonry, the true essence of Freemasonry has no borders. It really doesn't. But we who sit in Grand Lodge with our protocol and procedures and those that we issue recognition to and we don't recognize them or do that, we set up borders. Some may say they're our standards, but your standards gets in the way of the progress of what Freemasonry should be. No doubt about it. We can have this conversation tonight. We can have this conversation about the virtual lodge that soon is coming. It's coming. It is coming. And we can have this conversation about being on the square. Not just sometimes, but all the time. Being the example of who you claim you are. We can have this conversation tonight because too many times a lot of brothers are lost in this thing they call Freemasonry because they look at it as a college frat, fraternizing and all of that. But it's bigger than that. Let me tell you why it's bigger than that. Many of you who have looked on my community page know that there are patches of 15 states. The troopers of the various states, Highway Patrol, the troopers, have Masonic patches. Now, do they wear them publicly? I can't say they do. But to actually have a patch put on with the state, and it says trooper, state trooper, Masonic patch, to actually have that should tell you something. I'm going to share this with you. Did you know that some of the Grand Lodges, mainstream Grand Lodges, actively recruit police officers? Did you know that? Some of you may say, what are you talking about? I'm letting you know that there are some Grand Lodges, not all, but there are some that actively recruit police officers. That's the truth. Yeah, for real. I'm going to share some information with you. Hold on just a second. See, when you talk about something, you should have some receipts to share, right? So I'm going to share some receipts with you in regards to that. Okay, let's take a look at this here for what it is. Let's just take a look at for what it is. Let's see. Let's see right now. The Grand Lodge of MD. Well, MD. I'm trying to think of the state with the MD. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Well, anyway, there's a Grand Lodge of State, has a team that is dedicated to bringing law enforcement officers. It is called the Shield and Square Degree Team. It was started by past Grandmaster Biggs, Biggs. I have an apron, but I'm the only Prince Hall member who's a part of it. And you want to know who that is? Hold on. Ruddock DuBois, D-U-B-B-S. Ruddock DuBois, D-U-B-B-S. He's a Prince Hall Mason. He's a part of the Shield and Square Club under a white Grand Lodge. They actively recruit police officers. They do. It is what it is. This is why I tell you that Masonry is changing. It is really changing. And these Grand Lodges that have the big, beautiful buildings and all of that, I'm telling you, you can say whatever you want to say. Some of us then lost the way of being on the square. Some of us is way off on the square. All right? Hold on a second. I got to find out what state is that. I want to give you the state name. Hold on. I want to give you the state name so you won't have any misinformation from me in regards to that state that actively recruits Grand Lodge officers. Let's see what it is. Maryland. There you go, Maryland. All right. So they actually, in Maryland, all right, they actually have a team that is dedicated to that. So if you want to call in and have that conversation tonight about that particular team, we can certainly do it. And let's get right into the show tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming on. As I've gave you a little listing about what we're going to talk about, we can have that discussion. And it's something that we really should take a cold-hearted look at, about the facets. Look, there are Masons in every facet of government, police, medical, food workers, you name it. There are Masons in every facet. And no, they're not trying to take over the world. No. But there are Masons in every facet. The true essence of Masonry is truly a good brotherhood. It really is. But what we get when we see it is that it's not practice. It is not practice at all. It's not. It's not practice. It's not practice. So what we have to do is understand these working tools we have. We have a plumb, a level, a square, a chisel. Okay? If those are our working tools, the plumb, level, square, and the chisel, along with the common gavel, and we use them for a more noble purpose, as in to work on our spiritual lives as we build mentally, not physically, then Masonry transforms. So this thing we know as Mason today, I'm going to my lodge meeting, is going to become your virtual lodge meetings. Now you can say whatever you want to say, like you're off your rocker, but I'm letting you know. You're going to look back on this video one day and you're going to say, damn, this guy right here, how did he? Because it's going to happen. Like anything else, things changes. And Masonry is progressive. It's going to change. That's no doubt about it. The people have to become more knowledgeable of the political system. When there was a revolution at the Boston Tea Party, what happened that changed a certain keen prospect about taxes? Absolutely. But the only thing with that Boston Tea Party is that those who caused that revolution dressed up as so-called Indians. They was too cowarded enough to be who they were. They had to go dress up like Indians and then do it. So the Indian was take the fall for the Boston Tea Party. That's the way I see it. I mean, based upon reading and literature. That's my own little shake on that. But you're absolutely right. What's up, Big Coop? How you doing? Greetings, Lee Hall. How you doing? Everybody that's coming on, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yep, I look forward to it. I look forward to the virtual visit across the nation. Oh, it's coming. The ideal is for the membership to be able to grasp that. See, right now, some of us have the mere fact that there may one day, you talking about going to grand session, you're sitting in your chair at home. There's only a few officers there, but you're sitting at your chair in your home watching and seeing what's going on. They have you on a committee. Hey, the technology is here. If Masonry is going to survive, we're going to have to progress into the future. The future is here. It's right before our very eyes and it's changing. Things are happening rapidly now. It's happening rapidly now. And we as Black Masons in particular, we're going to have to stop some of the rhetoric that we do to each other. We were going to have to just pause for the cause. And that's just the truth of the matter. Okay? And there are some very knowledgeable Masons out here. Whether they're part of Prince Hall, International, Modern Free, whatever, there are some intelligent Masons out here that are making some moves that you don't believe. They're doing it right now. How's it one day you'd like to be sitting at home and you know that there's a Grand Lodge meeting over in Africa, or there's a lodge meeting over in Africa, and you want to visit that lodge, and you tune in to visit that lodge, and they have you in waiting, identifying who you are, making sure that whatever credentials that you are saying that you are can be verified. Then they let you into the virtual lodge. That's your title. Your Tyler at the door is going to be someone that holds the key to allow you to come into the virtual lodge. Just like now you have a Tyler with a sword at the door that's willing to strike and preserve the safety of the members in the lodge. Some of them may have a gun, but that's the duty of a Tyler. And it's truth. Masonry will die if it doesn't change with the current situation and technology. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, it will die. The ideal is who's able to get on board like right now. I am not talking about next year. I'm talking about right now. Who's able to get on board right now and make that happen? I'm all ears. I can tell you now that some of the brothers that I know are definitely already ahead of the game. They're about, I would give them, they're about 2 years ahead of the game right now. I'm telling you what I know. I can't tell you who they are, but I can tell you this. There are a group of Masons right now in the United States, African American Masons, who are ahead of the game on virtual lodges. Plain and simple. You can take it or let it alone. You can say, Hawkins, you done lost your mind, but I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to change. The best thing about being a Mason is visitation. The travel is going to change. Okay? It's going to change. So the things that the old way we used to do things, a new way is beginning to come into play now in this age of technology. And Masonry has to keep up. So that thing we call a membership card is going to be the key to allow you to visit and get you in. Just like now, if you go to most Masonic lodges, they have books with names in it of your Grand Lodge and who you are. And then they let you into the lodge physically. The same way it's going to be virtually. They're going to still have the books to identify that your lodge is recognized by their lodge. Or a brother may vouch for you who's already in the virtual lodge. That's how you're going to be getting in. This is how travel is going to come about. So we either get on board or we get left. And I think for the most part, if you're not into it right now, you're going to get left out. That's just the truth. If you're not there already, you're behind. You're already behind. So tonight's topic is being on the square. And as you can see, you got the various working tools and you have books there. That's not going to change. Okay? That part is not going to change. You're still going to need to acquire the knowledge within Freemasonry. The grips, the signs, the password. You're still going to have to require that. Because I would say this. There is nothing like a physical visitation to a lodge versus a virtual visit to a lodge. When they merge together, that's going to be the beauty of Freemasonry. A new Freemasonry is on the horizon. Yes, a new Freemasonry is on the horizon. And for those of you who enjoy Freemasonry so much, riddle me this. What are the two great lights in Freemasonry? I know some of you have already thought about it. But you can put your answer in the chat group. It's okay. So the process, brothers and sisters, look, sisters, you're not left out of this. You're going to have to come along on this roller coaster ride. It's going to be kind of bumpy at first, but it's going to smooth out, sisters. In order for you to grow, it's going to have to become virtual. In order for you to grow, sisters, of the Order of the Eastern Star, it's going to have to become virtual. You know how we do interviews? Your interview may have to be like this one day. You may not necessarily physically have to go to that person home. Because time, people are busy. So things change. And if Freemason don't change, it's going to die. You can't continue to do the same thing over and over again. Look at what's happening with some of these grand lodges that had big buildings. They're selling the real estate. They can't maintain. The membership in most grand lodges has gotten old. And they have less members. Even if you got 40,000 members in a mainstream Grand Lodge, the average age is 65. The average age of a mainstream Mason is 65. That's the average age. In 5 years, 70. If they're not recruiting to bring in new members to take their place, then what? What becomes of those nice big buildings? Now, granted, I would give them the fact that they got the long money. I would give them that. I have to. They have better programs for their members. I would give them that. But they also are going to have to change. They also will probably have to go virtual. And there's nothing wrong with it. The ones who get on it first are going to be the ones that survive. So you won't be asking what happened to that lodge that was so vibrant 50 years ago, who had 200 and 300 members in that one lodge. What happened to them? They lost that big building down on Main Street. What happened? They had to go virtual. They couldn't afford it. You know, the membership started to die and they couldn't replace it. They have money in your jurisdiction but have no members. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So look, as we progress into this show tonight, if you have questions, you want to call in, you're certainly welcome to do so. As always, this is an open line. The number is 619-985-1184. If you want to call in tonight, you're certainly welcome to do so. I'm definitely looking forward to my travels home, even though they may be a little sad in a sense, you know, but I'm still looking forward to it. It's always good to visit and to be around family. It is, no matter what the occasion may be. I enjoy family. However, Maryland, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Yes, sir. First District, once again, is on. Yeah. So just think for a moment as we progress in Masonry in regards to what's taking place around us with the protest. You know, there's so much right now. And I would tell you this, and I'm only speaking in regards to my jurisdiction and the activity that we're doing here in the state of California, especially San Diego, LA, and Vegas. It's the mere fact that the members have decided to get active. And the Grand Master has okayed it. Get active. That's what we're doing. So you're probably asking me, well, what do you mean get active? I've posted on my Facebook page every Tuesday. There are members of the jurisdiction in my Eastern Star chapter. We service over 300 to 400 families of food every Tuesday. I have not missed, I've missed one Tuesday. I missed one Tuesday, but that's me. Some of the members choose to participate in the protest. That's them. This is why it's important that I say, find your lane and get it in and stay in it. Be active. Now is not the time for you to sit by and say, well, Masonry don't do nothing like that. That's a lie. Well, no, stop waiting on other people to come and rescue you and come and save you. If we don't save ourselves, if we don't rescue ourselves, nobody's going to do it. You're talking about being on the square, we'll be totally off the square. Because too many times we allow people to come into our circle, you know, and disrupt the harmony because they call themselves allies and they want to come in and participate. And it's okay to have allies. Never said it wasn't okay. What I'm saying is allow them to come in and become president and become vice president of a group where you are solely, your concern is about those who live in your community. Your main concern is about those who are being harmed by the police. And I'm not just hopping on the police, but I'm just saying that if we're going to survive, if we're going to move forward as a people, as Masons, as we're going to have to change our ways. Talking about being on the square. We're talking about working with the plumb, the level. We're going to change our ways because water seeks its own level. We're going to have to just take those things that we call so precious, those 8 emblems of a Master Mason, and really begin to look at them and how they apply to our life. You know, an ant, and I learned this from Brother Christopher Jackson about ants, and it's something I should have learned a long time ago, but the way he broke it down in regards to ants and how they build on each other for the survival of the whole colony of ants is what we have to start looking at. There are going to be some sacrifices along the way when this change comes, and the change is coming. The ideal is too many of us are not willing to sacrifice anything. We're not. We're not willing to do anything that's, I don't know. Until you understand the sacrifice that is going to take for the survival of us, you're going to be a lost cause. Because it's going to take some sacrifices. Some people are going to lose their job because they are fighting for a bigger cause. People often ask, you know, when you, I know a few years ago when I was on the initiation team, the interview team. When I was on the interviewing team, when we would go to people's houses, we would interview the brother to become a Mason. And one of the things he would often say, I want to be part of something bigger than I am. I'm quite sure you've heard that, huh? You've heard that? Where they come and tell you, I want to be part of something bigger. And you're like, okay, cool. What is that? What does that look like? What does that look like? Being part of something bigger. What does it look like? Is it where somebody sits idly by and see things happen and says nothing about it? Or do you get in and become involved in the process of change? Masons have always been involved with change. Hear me clearly. Masons have always been involved with change on all levels. We have. I don't care if they're black. I don't care if they're white. Masons have always been involved with change. So, are you going to be involved with change, sisters? Brothers, are you going to be involved with change? The time is right now. This is it. It's do or die for a lot of us. This coronavirus had us cooped up for like 2 months or so. Then you come out and you watch another black man gets killed publicly, lynching. Some of us sit on the sideline, really don't know what to do. Some of the grandmasters are afraid to make public their emotions and how they really feel because they don't want to frighten their counterpart. That's some crazy stuff. Think about this. Here's a black man being viciously killed in public. And here are prominent men in Masonry who sit idly by and refuse to make a public statement in regards to what they have seen and witnessed, because they are afraid of how their counterparts may see them. Or if they decide to write a letter, they want to co-write a letter with their counterparts. When are we going to stand on our own 2 feet and make decisions based on what we want, based on what we see, based on those issues that affect us? Very few grandmasters can say that they've done that. Very few. Very few grandmasters can say that they have actually been in the community, they have actually voiced their opinion, and they didn't need anybody to co-sign nothing. Very few grandmasters. The leaders are the example. The followers follow the leaders, so when it's come their time to lead, they know what to do and what not to do. The craziest thing is that when the leader falls off, and if there's nobody else behind him, the whole movement dies. And this is what has happened to us every time. When Martin got killed, it died because they offered those in the movement good jobs. You can move out of the ghetto now. You can become this now. So they offered them good jobs and the movement died. The same thing that happened within the Panthers. When the movement died, they killed them off, they locked them up, the movement died. And this is what we have to begin to understand. Stop allowing people to come in and hijack the movement, the moment, the here and now. Yes, participate. Yes, you can get behind me, but you cannot hijack it. Because we can't do it by ourselves, but damn it, come on now. When you're on the square, that means you're stable. This thing is rock solid. It ain't going nowhere. You know, you're balanced. So then you can take your level, your plumb, your chisel, and do the work that you need to do. You don't have time to waste. Masons, Eastern Stars, you don't have the time to waste. You can raise your energy level up. Too many times we don't, though. I don't necessarily know what the problem is, but that's what we do. We wait on someone else to come along and to save us. We can't do that no more. Time is up. I know a brother. He's a Prince Hall brother of mine, and he lives in Pennsylvania. This brother is so freaking knowledgeable till he scares a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie. I'm serious. I'm talking about this brother. He's a Prince Hall brother. He's written a couple of books. I've shared his book here on the show. But to do the thing, and this hurts the Masonic movement. So to you Masons out there, to you Eastern Stars out there who wants to be involved and see a change, get involved, see the change. Don't wait to have somebody to tell you, yeah, it's okay. You're a grown man, you are a grown woman, you make your own adult decisions. You do. You make your own adult decision. Art Skies, yeah, on point. God bless the family. Bodies have yet gotten a buzz. What's up, Arkansas is in the house. Greetings from Chicago. What's up, Kenneth Hill? I appreciate you coming on. So as we begin this journey of the virtual lodge, because it's coming, being on the square, understanding that a change is coming, knowing that this movement right here, we can't let it die, knowing that nobody's coming to save us, we're going to have to unite. Oh, don't be afraid. I won't bite. A brother asked the question. He said, Hawkins, true, this is a true question. If your Grand Lodge and Prince Hall Grand Lodge had began to recognize each other, how would you feel? He asked me that. He said, how would you feel? Can I be truthful? Can I honestly be truthful with you tonight in regards to that question? The question once again was asked to me. If my Grand Lodge in Prince Hall had an agreement of visitation, what would I do? What would be my thoughts? I'm gonna be truthful with you. I wouldn't go visit. I wouldn't. We'll just have visitation rights, and I wouldn't go. I wouldn't. I let that be where it's at. The committee would have to vote on it. The Grand Lodge would have to vote. But if the vote passes, I wouldn't go visit. And they are my brothers, and they look like me. And I wouldn't go visit. And you're probably saying, why wouldn't you go visit? I just wouldn't. There's too much. There is too much damage for me. I'm just being honest. There's too much damage for me right now. I would personally have to work out some things. I'm being totally honest with you. I would. And it's no disrespect to a brother who may see me different and say, yeah, Brother Hawkins, it's just too much. So I wouldn't go. I wouldn't do that to me. I wouldn't. And it's no disrespect to the brother who may say, come and visit my lodge, Brother Hawkins. We now consider in the same lodge. I wouldn't go. That's my own decision. But to any of my other brothers who choose and want to go, more power to you. Go. I never hold a person back from enjoying Freemasonry. I want every person who becomes a Mason to enjoy the essence of the Order of the Eastern Star, enjoy the essence of Freemasonry. I do. But as far as me, at that time, I couldn't do it. I'm being honest. Hold on. I couldn't do it. What we got here? I'm drunk texting, just kidding. I'm a bishop. PHA is in here and we love Brother Muhammad. Thank you. I appreciate that, bruh. I really do. Trust me. Anytime somebody sends me a shout out of gratitude, of positiveness, anytime I get that, that's great energy. You know, and that's something that each one of us have something that we have to work on in our lives. And I have to work on that. I really do. Just that plain and simple. I got some work to do. As a Mason, I have work to do on myself to continue to be the example. I have work to do. And if you ever feel you got to a point to where you don't have work to do, then something is wrong. Something is truly wrong. This is why it's important to understand those working tools. And tonight we're talking about the square. You shouldn't allow people to knock you off your square, to get you to waver one way or the other. You should be able to think clearly and remove your emotions out of your thought, because what happens is your emotions gets in your way when you're trying to make things happen. People react on their emotions. This is why it's important. You've heard me say it before. It's very important during a time of a stress, and when there's an emergency in your life, you should breathe. Do an assessment, then act. Because if you act without really thinking it through, you're acting on emotions. And when the emotion goes away, then there's nothing. So as a Mason, we must understand our working tools and how to apply them in our lives. So we'll be able to understand and remove the emotions that we have. We're going to have to do that. So this is why it's important to understand that as a Mason, the reason you wear your flap up and the reason the flap is turned down, there is a reason. When the flap is turned, I don't even know if I should even talk about this one tonight. In regards to the flap being turned up or the flap being turned down. We're going to have to understand, why is it like that? Oh, man, I had it. So let's take a look at this. So then, talking about the square, let's take a look at it. You take a triangle of equilateral parts of the triangle. They're equal, right? Each one is really a square on each one. A triangle, 3 squares. A triangle has 3 squares, right? When you are an apprentice, and they don't tell you this, when you wear that flap up, it represents something. I'm not present. I'm not sincere, and I'm not potence. Potence. It means something. Okay? When the flap is turned down, it means something. Limited knowledge, limited presence, limited ability to achieve. And then if you merge those squares, if you merge the star, let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Hold on. Shucks. Got a pen. Need some paper here real quick. Got some paper. Check this out. Okay. All right. Check it out. So you have a triangle here and a triangle here, right? When these merge, it's going to be a star. Hold on. Greetings.
Greetings. You on right now, right, GMO?
Yeah, I'm on. What's going on with you?
I saw you about to get into that, I call it hourglass business.
Okay.
So you think they ready for that?
Well, I don't know. I was just about to get into it and you called. So talk to me.
I say it's pretty heavy. I was gonna kind of back you up on it a little bit, but that's just, if you want me to.
Well, definitely. Everybody needs a little help. Christ had 12 disciples. The Lone Ranger had Tonto. Superman had Supergirl. So everybody needs a little help.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Okay. Well, as you were stating, if you can imagine those high priests in the temple, and could nobody speak about nothing, right?
Right.
They were not allowed to. Wasn't nobody allowed to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So when you looking at the temple walls, that was it.
That's true.
That was the way they spoke. So if you're talking about wearing a garment or dress, well, everybody wore. That's all they wore. So if I needed to present myself to you, right? I'm presenting myself to you.
Mm-hmm.
We know as the walls of the temples of Kemet in Cairo, we know them to be artwork. They know them to be scrolls of war.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference? Not a difference. Same thing with your body. Your body is a scroll of war.
Uh-huh.
If I'm shining you something, I'm shining you my scroll of war.
Mm-hmm.
If I turn to the left or if I turn it to the right, if I shine you to the left or if I shine you to the right, or if I don't shine you at all, I'm still showing you something.
Right.
The question is, are your ears open to listen and are your eyes open to see it? Because I can shine you to the left, but then 3 other people to the right don't see anything. Or I shined you to the left and they see it being shined to the right.
Uh-huh.
So what's the difference?
Right.
There is no difference. Whether you see war and this person sees peace. They may be at the line of initiation for peace. You might be at the line of initiation of war. What's the difference? It's still artwork.
I likes that. I likes that. So
what's your piece on that?
That's what I was getting. I was going to break this down right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I was going to break this down right here. And it dealt with the triangle being up and then it being down, which represents the lower level of the man and the higher level of a man. And you know, in instances, we wear this up and we wear it down. And on the bottom here, as we begin to look at each corner, is really a square. Even here, you're looking at the square that way. You're looking at a square that way. You're looking at a square this way. But when they merge, it becomes a star.
Right.
And so then you'll be able to have that balance, that yin and that yang. So in the process of having a yin and a yang, you understand omnipresence, omniscience, omnipotence. You understand the limit of knowledge, the limit of presence, the limit of the ability to achieve.
Let me ask you something, GM.
Go ahead.
If I step off on my left foot at you,
so you
where am I? If I stepped off on my left foot, versus stepping off on my right foot, and if I do it with a certain level of intention, skill maybe even, and you saw somebody standing behind me, would it matter if I stepped off to my left or my right that you saw somebody, or whether it was a different person or not? Stay with me for a second.
Go ahead.
That may be just a level of intention or initiation that I have made. Maybe I made it to, and maybe I didn't. Okay? So the point I'm making is, if you, I say this interpretively, in masonry, brick masonry, that is, right? Stone masonry, right? If I make a move, it doesn't matter if I see 7 degrees Pisces.
Wait a minute, hold on, time out.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Some people ain't ready for that one.
I had to throw it anyway. I was going to ask you, but I had to throw it anyway. Because sometimes that's no different from you saying high level, microcosm, a macrocosm. If I see a red or blue. Right,
okay.
You see what I'm saying? You know, some people say, a guy hit me and said, oh, you're a red house. Oh, no, you're a blue house. Oh, no, you're purple. Oh, no, you're this. Oh, you're this color. Oh, you're this color. How are you to tell me what color I am? But it just be your perception. I don't know what you saw. I can't tell you didn't see what you saw. So
that's true.
I said that to say, if I turned my apron to the left and you saw a triangle, I can't tell you didn't see that. If you saw a star,
that is true. That is true.
You saw a star or you saw a Vivica Pisces, I can't tell you did not see that because I don't know where you are on your initiation path. You came into lodge with that. My job is not to tell you what you see. My job is to help you along the way as you begin to see what you see. Maybe even give you a little milk if you get too ahead of yourself.
Hold on, let me see what's going on in the chat room before I say something, because I may have to delete some stuff that's going on in the chat room right now.
Yes.
All right, I'm just. It says, Brother Tony, you are about to have to make the moderator have less power because they are dimming the light. Y'all are tripping because Brother Tony accept me. I do accept you. That is true. I mean, you know, to brother Biggs, that is true. I mean, I do. I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm just trying to go back in and see what was going on because I don't know if I missed something or not.
Okay.
But
you know where that kind of talk come from, though, right?
Man.
Grandmaster, you know how I feel about you, don't you?
I know exactly how you feel about me. We've had
All
this
right,
conversation.
so you know where that kind of talk come from. I don't play that. One, because you don't play. You don't play about me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just reading something. I'm here.
You know where I'm coming from.
Right.
Because see, if I tell you I care about you and I find out something happened, you know you can't come and tell me something happened.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even feel it in the spirit realm. Because one thing I believe in that got me where I got, and people handed me things along the way, was because they know I had a heart to give.
Mm-hmm.
When we don't allow ego to get in the way. One thing about masonry, brick masonry, stone masonry, it's about heart.
Hold on, I'm gonna send that number. Somebody was asking for a number tonight. Let me send them that number real quick. Hold on just a second for me, okay?
Okay.
That number tonight, if you're asking for the number, that number tonight is 619-985-1184 is the number tonight. If you're gonna call into the show, once again, that number is 619-985-1184 if you're gonna call into the show tonight. All right, I'm trying to. Go ahead, brother. You got my ear. Go for it.
So Genesis chapter 40 goes into Joseph. Joseph went into the dungeon. Joseph's brothers gave him up.
Right.
Now we you know, if we go into masonry, maybe one of our brothers gives us up. And maybe he shines us a tool before he does it. We don't know if that was him. We don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
All we know is somebody gave us up.
Right.
And then we either gonna apply back, or we're gonna take a moment of silence, and we're gonna say, okay, where do I go on the road from here?
Mm-hmm.
In brick masonry, that's usually your job is to not take a step back, but take a step forward.
Right.
Because you already made a backward to get where you
left foot forward or right. Let's have some clarity on that. Why do Masons step off left feet anyway?
Well, I'll say this. When I came into lodge,
go ahead.
Everything was done left over right.
But the question is, why do Masons step off on the left foot?
Is it my left or is it your left?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, it's still right. It's still right.
No. Hold on.
There's five answers to your answer.
Okay, so hold on a second. I'm gonna add somebody to the call. Hold on.
Okay. Cause you
Greetings.
Hey, greetings, Brother Tony.
Yeah. I'm here.
Are you live?
I'm live. What you got?
differently than us.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I think I added somebody else to the call, but hold on a second.
Hey, Brother Tony, can you hear me?
I got you now. Go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, are you live?
I'm live right now.
Yeah, okay. Then that's what I want to say. Prince Hall is right here, right now. Listen.
Yeah, Prince Hall is on here as well.
Yeah, I understand. So I'm with him. Like, I already know what he's going through. But, like, when you post it up, nah, man, screw that. Ain't no Prince Hall. Man, screw that. We know you are real. Like, you got to excuse my language, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, but any Prince Hall, like, listen, I'm a gonna shout my lodge out. I'm a Stranger's Rest. Stranger's Rest. Stranger's Rest. 101. Franklin, Kentucky. Like we press all in Kentucky, right? And I have never been taught to not talk to a real Mason. I'm live on the air right now. Anybody, you can say what you want to say. And I'm a young Mason. I was raised in November 26, 2018. But I've known you since 2016. So what I'm saying is, anybody got a problem with what I'm saying, you stupid as hell. Because guess what? In Kentucky, you are not getting taught that bullshit. I have always been taught, excuse my French, because I don't mean to defund your page, but we have always been taught to respect Masons in Kentucky. I don't know what anybody else is on. I don't know what nobody else is on. But listen, I can read Duncan's rituals and write. Lessons look to the east. And guess what? When I get on my motherfucking, excuse my French, but I'm passionate about this shit. When I get on my obligation, like this shit is worded to where we know when you're a real Mason. That's what I'm saying. Don't play with PHA because we know when you're a real Mason. We don't take no oath. It's only obligation. And you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm mad because I've been watching this channel for almost 6 years. And I've known you for a long time. And when you say John G. Jones, guess what? John G. Jones is raised up on the Prince Hall affiliated. And even Prince Hall organization.
They were almost exemplar. They were almost exemplar back then, though. That was a national association.
It don't
almost
matter.
exemplar.
I got the book right here called The Lost Empire. Black Freemasonry in the Old South by James Morgan. He's on the Prince Hall think tank. Like, I'm putting it all on the line. If I get expelled or whatever, yeah, I don't give a damn. Because I joined the lower house.
Ain't nobody accepting you. You're on the phone with the highest ranking Prince Hall Grandmaster in the country.
Well,
ain't nobody gonna be expelling you.
Well, I respect that. But I'm saying though, Prince Hall, we know we're not stupid. There's a book called The Lost Empire, Black Freemasonry in the Old West by James R. Morgan. James R. Morgan III is a correspondent on the Prince Hall think tank on YouTube. Ain't nobody playing about this shit. We are living through a pandemic and we are living through a damn man, listen, let me calm down. I ain't mean to call the show on no BS.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you, Brother Biggs, you know I got nothing but love for you, and that's the truth. It's okay. It's okay to have passion. Let the passion show.
Man, I'm mad. Because, goddamn it, John D. Jones went through the same rites and rituals. He gave us the fucking, listen, he gave us the shrine. I'm not a shriner. I'm a top degree Mason. Anybody, you talking about 33rd degree, 4th degree, whatever the hell.
I'm trying. Keep going. I'm trying to.
I'm not.
The other man's trying on here too.
I'm not. I'm a 3rd degree Mason. I'm the highest Mason that can go. That's all I got. That's all I know. I didn't know the word. Yeah, I read Duncan, but guess what? Duncan's is written in a way. Duncan's rituals and rites. Any revision. You think you a Mason if you want to. I would dissect your ass if you bring some Duncans over here. Because it's not about that. But John G. Jones was brought under Prince Hall affiliated. And guess what? PHO is not fake. Because we were a national compact. Listen, I got the book right here. It's by James. Listen, let me calm down. Man. I'm mad. Because I done watched the White Boys. I done watched the mainstream tonight. I've been on a site. I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? But you got to let me calm down.
All right.
The Lost Empire by James R. Morgan III teaches about the National Compact. Okay, so we were PHO before we were PHA. If you want to get technical about the shit. So now we're not going to recognize PHO and I'm a PHA, I'm really a PHA affiliate. If I get, listen, bro, if I get expelled tonight, I'm on my shit. Because I'm a new Mason. I was raised November 26, 18. That is newer to hell. I know people that got raised in the 70s. I know people that died last year that was raised in the 70s. Listen, what I'm saying is, because I'm calling into the show, right? If y'all, because right now, this specific time and moment with George Floyd, RIP, and everybody else, and I'm in Kentucky, so the girl, I can't recognize the name that died in Kentucky. I swear to God, I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, because I'm in Kentucky right now. I'm a Georgia boy, but I'm in Kentucky, right? And I'm talking to the Mississippi, California dudes. Like, how can we make this shit up? We cannot make this. Like, you were from Mississippi, in California. Like, how can I make this shit up? So we are dispersed around the globe. So what I'm saying is, it pisses me off that I have not even been on this show in like 3 or 4 months because of the COVID shit, right? I've been self-secluded. What I'm saying, listen, bro, I'm all over the place, but I'm fucking mad because right now,
bruh, you're all over the place because you're passionate. You may have anger, but your anger is really passionate. That's why I haven't shut you up, because you have something to say. You just need to put it in such a way to where we can all kind of follow what you want to say. And right now, it seems to me that you're saying, when are we going to stop playing Masons and be Masons? That's what I'm hearing.
Because a listening ear, a faithful heart, and a silent tongue is what I cannot master. The only thing I cannot master is a silent tongue. I'm getting mad because I'm talking to something.
Let me say something, because I think I can help it. I think I can help where he's going, because I know where he's going with it. The best thing we can tell you, and I know I can tell you, is this. A lot of the reasons that jurisdictions, especially Kentucky, I understand your frustration more than I understand a lot of other people's frustration who do travel. Kentucky, you have to understand, Kentucky is a different jurisdiction than a lot of other states, including Ohio.
But they're not teaching it. They're not teaching us.
Stay with me for a second.
I'm sorry.
You come from a heavy, real good root for a reason. That's a royal territory. Most people don't even know that. Okay?
They're not teaching us against y'all. In Kentucky, I swear to God, man, I'm in tears.
Of course they're not
teaching us against y'all.
This is why they're not teaching. Right. But listen to what I'm saying. What's happening around the country, though, is the reason why there's mixed signals. And this is the same thing me and Jim Hawkins was talking about. We've been talking about not building bridges. See, from California, he understands that he's from down south anyway, but he lives in California, and he's seen, he deals with everybody, so he comes with a different viewpoint. You got a lot of people who are not syndicated in those other jurisdictions. They didn't grow up like that. They don't come from a jurisdiction like that. John G, nothing against Prince Hall. Like I say, I'm Prince Hall. I'm the highest ranking Prince Hall Grand Master probably in the world. I'm sure I'm in the world because I've seen everybody else.
And I'm listening to you. I got much respect.
So, and you can feel it. You know the difference. You know when somebody's trying to put the leg, right?
Right.
So with Grandmaster Hawkins here, he's seen so much. He knows the difference. But so many other people, their jurisdiction may not be getting some of this new air yet. And some of them are, so they're fighting pride. That's okay, because we do understand that's not Freemasonry. But you got to give some people just a little bit more time right now, because they're dealing with a lot right now. Their family, they took a lot in with this. Forget the whole COVID-19 stuff. That's just distractions in my mind. Okay. I can say 50 billion things about COVID-19, but I've been to probably 6 different areas of the country and so many other places in the world. And I'm not coughing and I'm not going to anybody's hospital. But then again, I do have a Royal Master's Surgeon degree too. So that's a different story. But the point I'm making is this. You continue to do what you do and take breaths. Because with that type of passion, as Grandmaster Hawkins was saying, you can go anywhere. And anybody will be able to read your heart. that's what we were just saying a minute ago. And then we had this. We were blessed with your passion.
I'm sorry, man. I was listening.
We were blessed with your passion, like he was saying. When we were talking about stepping off on the left foot, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, I heard
stepping off on the left foot. A lot of those things, that's a little deeper than most people understand.
You hit it. You said it. Stepping off on the left foot. For those Masons who are out there and don't know why you step off on the left foot because somebody just told you that. You step off because where you're leading, you're stepping off on the left because that's where your heart is centered. Your heart is in the center of your chest. So you lead with the left as if you was going into battle. Passion that you lead off with.
Man, John G. Jones was a Prince Hall affiliated Mason. Listen, this is why I get so fucking mad, man. I'm not trying to defund your channel. I don't know if I'm on live or what. Listen, this is why I get so fucking mad. Because we wouldn't have a shrine. You wouldn't have a fucking shrine. You wouldn't have shit. Like, John G. Jones. Let me calm down, man. John
Breathe, brother. Breathe. Please breathe.
I'm breathing. Look, I gotta circle it. Look, I get mad, bro. Because when I was under petition, right? Feel me, right? Because we don't take no oaths. We don't take no oaths, right? I've been having to tell people. I've been having to tell my brothers, like, we don't take no oaths. Like, you can tell when somebody fake Mason, right? So John G. Jones held me down through my petition. I was a Mason first in my heart, right? I wanted to be a Mason. So when I found out, like, they can't take this shit from me. I got my 3rd degree. I might not learn the word. I might not have learned the word. And you know what I'm saying, with my Mark Mason or my Mark Master, whatever the fuck it is, you know, I never joined. I'm only in the Blue House. I understand that. Like, I'm not a 33rd. Like, Brother Tony's a 33rd. We got brothers fighting for the 33rd in my lodge.
Wow.
Fighting for it. Like, they literally is like we only have one 33rd in my lodge, and he died. He was raised in 71, and he was not a Prince Hall Mason. So my thing is, like, what were you before we were Prince Hall? What were you? Nobody has the answer to this shit. They just said we had the light. We understood what's going on. So I'm not trying to out my fucking lodge. I'm not trying. I would never go against my lodge. Like, they tried to get me to demit to go to the next city because I live in the next city, but I'm still in my own lodge. But what I'm saying is, when I hear Brother Tony, I've been hearing it for years, right? And we Prince Hall, we on the phone right now. When I hear this shit, I get mad because John G. Jones is a Prince Hall. Like, how you gonna tell him he didn't know what he was talking about? He was a Prince Hall affiliated Mason. He might have been PHO. I don't know. I need to go back and read my shit. But I mean, listen, I'm not trying to curse, bro. I'm mad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, the first thing, it's been a minute, bro. Just breathe. Breathe and take your time and get your words out, because as you've already said, you kind of all over the place because of your passion. So just breathe a little bit. Just breathe a little bit.
But I'm watching the show, right? And I got so much love for Brother Tony, right? And I know he knows what goes on in large. I know. So you ain't gonna accept him. You gonna call him clandestine, whatever them words is, man. I can't remember. It's like clandestine, irregular, all kind of stupid ass names that we are not being taught in Kentucky. Kentucky told me if you break down on the highway and if you stand this way, guess what? You gonna get some help. If this brother knows this and this brother knows that, then that's your brother. So when I hear him talking, I hear him speaking about these other because Kentucky Masonry is different. I swear to God, we are different. We still ride with Manly P. Hall. We still ride with Prince Hall. We still ride with Albert Pike. Like, we are a different breed of Mason. I know they say Pennsylvania is a different kind of Mason, right? I get it. I see what y'all doing. Y'all throw different signs and all kinds of shit. I get it. But in Kentucky, we still on some different shit. In Kentucky, I get so mad, bro, and I get so passionate about shit because in Kentucky, they're not teaching. They don't even know the difference. I'm telling you, I've talked to Masons that were raised back in 71, 72, 73, right? And they don't know the difference between John G. Jones, Modern International, and because I'm originally from Atlanta, so I know the difference between Free, International. I even know the history about when they tried to say this gay dude couldn't interact with their lodge. So to sit back with these older Masons in Kentucky and realize that they're like, no, if he knows what you know, like throw that sign up. We all on the 3rd degree. If you throw that sign up wrong, man, listen, fuck it. I'm gonna say it online. Throw that shit up like that, because if you want to, watch how I do you. Watch how I do you. You tell me, look, I know Duncan's from the back of my. Listen, man, say that shit if you want to. Duncan's rites and rituals. Let's just look to the east. Is written in a way to where any real Mason is gonna know you're not a real Mason. You just bought a book, and you're a book Mason. You're a Morgan Mason.
Ooh, you said a Morgan Mason. Oh man.
Yeah, you a Morgan. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So we in Kentucky being taught a whole different kind of masonry, right? So I get mad when Brother Hawkins is on here. He has to defend himself against Prince Hall, because Prince Hall, Kentucky, we real Masons. Like, we ain't no mainstream Masons. We ain't none of that shit. We are real fucking Masons. And you gotta excuse my language, man.
Bro, look. That's all you need to be, is a real Mason. It doesn't matter. The process is you have to be the example of a Mason. You have to be able to stand on your square. We're talking about being on the square tonight. We're talking about a variety of conversations, but I would tell you this. In order to be the best Mason, you have to be the example of a Mason.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I'm being honest with you. That's the shit I fight with, right? Because I was brought up in a gang environment. Most of my friends from California. I'm a Southern dude. I'm from Georgia, right? But most of my friends from California, so they show this Crip shit. Yeah, I said it online. Yeah, I said it. It ain't like nobody can front me out. It ain't like I'm not online right now. You can't, like, you could tell Brother Hawkins something about me. I'm gonna tell him right now. Like, most of my friends is from Compton, California. Yeah,
I know
Compton,
Chicago. I know Chicago very well,
and Southside Chicago. Most of my friends is GD. 90% of my friends is GD, and the other 10% is Crips. So yeah, you know, and I ain't gonna say 10%. 8% is Crips, and the other 2% is like 1% is like Pyru from Compton.
But you're really black folk though. You know,
but check this out, Brother Biggs.
Right.
Okay. I'm enjoying your conversation tonight. I'm enjoying your passion tonight. You know you have my personal phone call. You know that. You probably got me on speed dial. I don't know, but you know how me and you do it.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I got your speed dial.
The process is that we must understand these working tools that we deal with. We must understand how we're going to apply them when we are emotions, when we have the emotions.
Listen, Brother Muhammad, let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Them white people from England, them white people from United Grand Lines are ugly. What I call them ugly. But them white people that talking about they accept it, they talking about a chisel. When you ever seen a chisel in what we do? A chisel. I'm being honest. It's a difference. But I'm listening though.
Let me say something, Grandmaster.
Go ahead.
Because England's on the phone. There's nothing wrong with that. All England, not just white England, black England too. So we have to be careful. That's one of the things that Freemasonry actually teaches. It teaches.
Caution. It's my first name.
Do et mandoir. And then there's another Latin slogan too that goes with that. That's the caution. Well, it's in the courtroom because right now you're in the courtroom.
Right.
You're in the room, you're in a chat room, you're in a type of courtroom. You're putting that light on.
Right.
So if you're being put at light on, then the light is bouncing off of itself. So the more, if you're going to exert passion, only exert the type of passion. I don't care that you're talking about that kind of stuff. But Brother Hawkins, that's not his link. That's not his lingo. That's not his language. There's some things I can take you deep for. I can take you behind the bricks, but then I can turn around and take you behind the ivy. That's how I became one of the top guys in the world. That's a different story, though.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, behind the brick, behind the ivy. We can go even to Winchester. Okay,
well, I don't know
you
that.
hear it.
I don't know that. I'm listening.
Right, but you hear that to the Hamptons even. But the point is this: when you're bouncing light off of the direction, you got people in this world. They'll sit there, they'll wait, and they will pull everything you threw at them, and they'll throw a book at you with it.
Wow.
So if there's anything I can give you with that passion you have, is to understand that's not a weapon for you. That's not even a shield. That's your left foot.
Wow.
When he talks about the left foot, that's your heart. You do not want somebody to throw your best gift that God gave you back at you.
Thank you, bro.
It's happened to me. That's the only reason I can tell you. Remember, I told you England is on the phone. And believe it or not, there's some good people in England. And they don't look like me and you.
Well, the thing is most of us don't really travel outside the United States across the pond. Just saying.
And you will travel. You will travel, Brother Tony.
And I'm just saying, most of us don't do it. So look, I was going to get into something about these two squares, but about these two triangles. But man, the passion was so high, and the love in the room was like on point. Till I'm like, oh my goodness, he knows nothing. Fraternal greetings. What's up, Vincent? How you doing? I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. We was talking about being on the square, and it was a prime example of when Brother Biggs called in and his passion was showing. And the example of taking that passion and removing the passion and putting in logic, putting in
hey, y'all gonna know. Listen, Tony, listen, I don't mean to cut you off. Guess what? Everybody's gonna know Kentucky Main Street is different from Main Street, because guess what? I can still go to a Main Street lodge. Y'all might call them the white boys, right? But guess what? As soon as I show my card, I might not even know the collar's open. Yeah, I said it. I might not even know the collar's open. But guess what? As soon as I show my card, I'm in. I might even hold a sword. I might hold a staff. Yeah, Kentucky's different. So the rest of the country, especially in the time we in right now, right? Because Kentucky's been like that before the George Floyd, before everything that's going on right now, COVID-19. Before that, Kentucky has always been on inclusive stuff. Kentucky has been like, you know what? Man, y'all real men. How you gonna deny me? Man, you might try me. You ain't gonna deny me. My favorite thing in the world is the Ark and Anchor. Because I'm from Georgia. When I landed in Kentucky, when my Ark landed in Kentucky, I dropped my anchor. Yeah, all y'all feel that. Like, yeah, one try, never been denied. Yeah, you already know I ain't gonna go there. I ain't trying to go there. But guess what? Yeah, I know all 9 of them. And it's more than 9. And if you with me, you know it's more than 9. Because you got the, man, don't even give me, listen, let me tell you something. I get so mad because I know Brother Tony so long, right? And I know listen, and he, listen, Prince Hall affiliated, but I'm going to get expelled about this shit. I ain't say nothing wrong, though. I ain't gave no information away. I ain't gave nothing away that what we doing. But at the same time, Kentucky Main Street is different. As long as you know what I know, and I'm able to try you and never deny you, you're still my brother. It don't matter what you're like. Kentucky, stand up. Like my grandmaster just made a statement on Facebook the other day about police brutality. My grandmaster is a cop. My grandmaster is the top cop in Louisville, Kentucky. Play with me if you want to. Because I got the information. Like, you already let me in. So, yeah, man, I ain't playing about this shit. I'm willing to die by this administration shit. Yeah, fuck you. Man, listen, I get mad. Because especially right now. Because I know Brother Tony so long, but we ain't see this shit coming. Like, he can say whatever he wants. Because we ain't talk about it. We ain't see this shit coming. So, when the pandemic and riots and protests and all this other shit come about, Brother Tony then delivering. Like, you can go to this old video. He been delivering food and all kinds of stuff to different neighborhoods and different colors. Like, he might pull up in all blue to an all blood neighborhood to get a pass.
You know what?
Yeah,
See, you say that. You say that. Let me tell you the truth. You say that. You say that I might do that. Let me tell you, this is the truth, and we're gonna have to cut it.
You already did. You got it on video.
I did do that. I did. I pulled up. I did. I went to. I did. I actually went to it was number bloods. It was I think it was blood. And I went there. I had on blue. They had on all red. I did. I took them food.
I ain't forget that.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's why I get so mad.
Man.
That's why I'm so passionate about what I'm doing. Because, like, man, I ain't trying to put this shit out there. But yeah, if you had went through my neighborhood in all red, like, it would have been, we would have had to ask you a question. But you went through an all red neighborhood in all blue scrub.
I did.
And a Mississippi boy. A Mississippi boy. Man, I can't make this shit up, man. I get so fucking mad. What I'm saying, that's why I gotta calm down.
But you know what? My Masonic brother, you know what though?
What's that?
You just learned something tonight. Because I'm gonna
did?
tell you, that's what them old Masons used to do.
I know.
I'm trying to tell you something. This is what they used to do. Back in the day, they used to wear the very thing you don't want them to wear. And they come up in your spot. The only other person you probably ever heard say this in the public realm was Al Capone. And
From Chicago. From Chicago.
There you go. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. He say the funny boy takes for everything you got.
Okay.
Because the funny boy coming now, he ain't laughing, you laughing. But if you didn't give him the respect that was necessary before you left, he gonna own everything you got before he get that dough.
Oh yeah, I just learned something.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
brother. I have a brother Vincent on the chat room. He says, whatever you do, in so many words, make sure we govern ourselves accordingly. That's some good advice coming from Brother Vincent. So look, guys, I know we was really hot on the subject tonight, but we've been on here for a little while. But please, go back and watch this video. It's very interesting. Some great comments, some great topics in regards to the show tonight. And we got some work to do.
Hey, Jim.
So, you know.
Jim, Hawkins.
Yes.
You know me to be one of the most humble people you know, for me to be able to go to places that you know I've been, because you know how to read a Mason, a master Mason. Do I present myself as a person not to govern myself? If I say something on this phone, you don't believe I can take it to the bank. I
don't think it was regarding you. I think it was Brother Biggs. You know, he got passionate with his words, you know.
Yeah, I got passionate.
But passion, that's innocence in everything this man said. And ain't nobody gonna be expelling this man, because I know how to get to Kentucky in less than 15 minutes.
Thank you, bro.
If somebody wanna make some calls around the country, they can come see me, because I know I can come see them if they got a problem with the way this man governed himself today, because he was innocent. He was innocent in everything he said. I didn't sense nothing. You said it yourself, Grandmaster. You didn't sense nothing, and nothing he said that was ill will to anybody. And some of the same things he heard, I heard from people. Grandmaster down here in Arkansas, part of the Grand Lodge, a lot of the different situations that they was having with other lodges, come to find out, it had nothing to do with black lodges, but ties had to be made with white lodges. And those ties was made all the way to Utah. So if anybody got a problem with somebody governing something, you eating off of everybody else's plate, I don't have a problem with it. Grandmaster Hawkins ain't got a problem with it, because he been hitting the stone too. John G. Jones is not rolling around in his grave, neither is them other sitting partners that was part of Rights of Memphis and some other shit.
Right.
They smiling right now.
That's right.
They smiling. I know that to be a fact.
So look, hold on, back up. Pump your brakes, Brother Big. Brother, guys, pump your brakes for a minute. because I think you misunderstood what Brother Gilmore was trying to say. When he was saying govern yourselves accordingly, just hold on, brothers.
No, I ain't mad, GM Hawkins, but sometimes you gotta you passionate, I'm passionate, the other brother passionate too. Hey, if anybody took anything I said, if anybody took anything,
my Prince Hall brothers, boy, y'all got me on one tonight. I'm telling you. So, but look, we've been on here for about we've been on here for a hot minute now. We've been on here 90 minutes. So go ahead.
Let me shout this out. Let me shout this out real quick, Brother Hawkins. I'm sorry. I apologize. Listen, I'm saluting. I'm saluting on the floor right now. I'm saluting on the floor right now. You already know what I'm doing. Right?
I do.
The lost empire, because I'm answering the floor right now. The lost empire, Black Freemasonry in the Old West, 1867 through 1906, by James R. Morgan III. Pick that book up because it represents ancient and AFAM, because I'm a new Mason. It represents 3-letter and 4-letter Masons, right? But we all 5-letter Masons. Mason stands for 5 letters. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to shout that out. The Lost Empire, Black Freemasonry in the Old West, 1867, 1906, James R. Morgan.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but listen, nigga, if you gonna rep your shit, you better represent John G. Jones, because we the same fucking people. PHO, we were PHO before we were PHA. Yeah, I got a book right here that tells me. It's called The Lost Empire, Black Freemasonry in the Old West, 1867, 1906, National Compact. John G. Jones version, and John G. Jones is in his book. He gave us a shrine. Man, I'm done though. I'm chill out.
All right, hold it down. So look, we're gonna go ahead and close shop tonight, but we're gonna be opening back up when I come back to California. So I may even do something while I'm in Mississippi. So who knows? But until next time, brothers and sisters, wherever you at, whatever you're doing, find your lane. Work your lane and be active. Be a participant in the change that is coming, and know this, from me to you, much love and peace, and whatever you do, always remember, stay out them bushes and keep your light on. I'm yours.
Some more to be. Hey, everybody should be hollering some more to be.
Some more to be, my brother. Oh boy, you got me tonight. So look, Brother Biggs, you be safe, okay?
Some more to be. Yeah, you too.
All right, then. I appreciate you. Peace and be well, everybody. Out.
All right.